So we're buzzing pretty hard here. Well, it's just so crazy how the thoughts can happen so quick. Oh. I just about cried there. I try to explain. It's just been so black and white. It's been both on off, and you have to have sort of equal amounts. One second. Hello, hello.
Hi, can I speak to Christopher Roller?
This
Roller?
is.
Hi, I'm calling from Dr. Kawacha's clinic at the VA Medical Center. You have an appointment with him on March 29th that we need to reschedule. There are several days that he has marked during March. The times are from 3 to 4:30. Is there any particular day that would work better for you?
In March, you said?
Yeah, it's mostly Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. For instance, March 21st, there's a 3, 3:30, 4, or 4:30.
I'm sorry, wait, I'm getting my calendar out here. 1 second, please.
Sure.
What date was that?
Okay, well, there is March 21st, which is a Wednesday. The appointment times we have available are 3, 3:30, 4, or 4:30. That's one option.
All right, 1 second. Are you're part of the clinic, or are you a nurse?
Nope, I'm a secretary.
Okay.
There are other days available if that one doesn't work for you.
This is to the VA. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is when the bus goes.
Okay.
That would be easier.
So, sure. Okay. Well, there is Tuesday, either Tuesday the 20th. There's 3, 3:30, 4, or 4:30. Or Tuesday the 27th. There's 3:30, 4, or 4:30.
Yeah, I just thought about it. I wouldn't want to keep the bus waiting for that long of a period.
Is that too late for you?
Yeah, so I could come in. I can come in sometime. Is it possible I can call you back? When I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. You know, are these later afternoon appointments? Are they tough for you to do?
Well, I have to get to the VA. I understand. The bus normally the people are there from 8 to midnight appointment. Not midnight, noon appointments.
Okay. Okay. Because what I can do is I can make a note that you take the bus out, and so a lot of times Dr. Kawacha then can look at his schedule and try to fit you in a little bit better in the morning. So why don't I have them call you back tomorrow? Will you be available tomorrow?
Yes, it's conceivable that I could come in on a certain day, but I would have to check and make it up. 3 birds with 1 stone effort in the cities to get efforts together. Anyways,
Okay, why don't I have them give you a call tomorrow?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, I have to say that was interesting that that occurred, that phone call occurred when it did. Yeah. I'm gonna try to watch that. I'm gonna turn this off and turn it on. I want to see or hear what I see. What I'm envisioning, that's going to my mind here, is it's better for me to get high and continue to go higher than to go back down in reality where I get lower and lower and lower. I don't know if I told you that phone call occurred, but I had the vision that I've just been getting so bent over. I've been getting so bent over and over. The final thing that could happen would be my two kids choosing to stay in the Bahamas. The idea is if Maria died, the kids would get to choose where the kids go. And the ultimate irony to all, the ultimate bend over is, I guess, would be if your kids decided that they would rather, if they have a choice of only father or mother, that they would choose friends and other people.
It's just so crazy how the thoughts can happen so quick.
So it was very sad. That's why I was crying earlier.
Oh.
God. I'm glad I can remember this stuff. I mean, I know there's a gap in there. I'm glad I can remember this stuff, come back a little bit. And it doesn't seem like you should be able to go back and remember. Anyways, I was able to remember that and spit it out again. I'm not sure I'm quite making sense right now. But yeah, that's why I was... So the ultimate irony to this story would be here in the next few months, where the mother dies or is too sick. I don't know. I guess she would probably have to die in order for this to occur, where the kids would have to take a choice between me Oh, it's sad. God, it's just that sad that that's what I would expect. I could almost predict at the end, something like that. You know? Wow. It could have... You got a choice between father and no mother, not just something else, some friends. Loses the mother, doesn't want to go back to the father. And that's the conclusion to the story. Before I get big, I guess. Or maybe it gets even worse, or I get cooped up in an institution or something. I mean, that's not worse. That's not worse than my kids. I was just thinking how much, I was just trying to envision what's worse. I don't know, some kind of torturization in an institution or something. It's just the way the show goes. It just gets, you just see it all. You see the worst. Yeah, I didn't. When I first came here, I didn't think there'd be much to talk about. And then the storyline. When the storyline comes and it tells you I mean, as long as it goes to heaven after that. Or is it the end where I don't have any good memories? You know? You just experience the worst, and then you're gone. So you experienced hell. And then the other line, am I going to be end of existence here at the bottom, or is there going to be a transform up? I don't know if I quite explained it to you, but let's see if I can get it out again here. But there's this premonition that is supposed to go up, the glory, but I've been going down and down. Is this the end of my game right here, or does it go up? There's this. You wonder if there's a snap thing where it's actually going to be enough, and then it goes up, or is it all been a trick and it goes away, and poof, the end of existence, and thus you've lived hell. And then there's another story by somebody else that lived the life of heaven, probably the rich guys. They probably got that story. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I just had to watch something there. I just want to make sure that how that came out. I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm coming. It's with the dang. If they're, they might be trying to hound me if I'm sounding pretty crazy, or crazy, goofy while talking to them, and they might want to come out with a paddy wagon or something. I will, yeah, I came in, the audience may not have known about this conversation I had with my mother. What prompted that thought was I just had a conversation with my mother where, you know, she's just in, well, I'll play it here.
Oh, that is neither here nor there. I want them to be happy. But if they're not happy, being forced to listen. I'm not saying that they won't choose you.
I could give a fuck what they choose. If Maria's not capable, I don't care. How fucking dare you? I can't grow up with any fucking kids, and you're taking that goddamn side? So Kathy would prefer that the kids would stay there instead of with me. And see if someone doesn't find that to be offensive.
Now, but if you give me your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, and have a great day.
At the tone, please record.
It's just horrible. You know, the good in Kathy, and then the ultimate horror. I mean, it's almost like it has to just snap. There's a snapping effect of killing me, of socially crucifying me. It's a slow death. It's like, you know, it's like somebody could have cancer, wish cancer on them, or this. This is so slow and painful. It's another one of those diseases that's slow death. It's well, diabetes. Yeah, I mean, it's like it can be really. Oh, anyways, but what's happening to me is just this. It's just how can it get any worse? And then they're thinking of these kids thing. And then I'm hauling off to the loony bin, you know, it's just. But I hope the timeline's not over. You get it? That's the ultimate joke, is that somehow I'll die here soon. And then I'm done. So the prediction that I was my death, I said in a year and a half, I'm going to be dead. You know, it's like, okay, is that true then? Or, I mean, it's going to happen. And it's like, so maybe this timeline's over, you know? And the joke is on me. Now I'm the jokester, right? So the ultimate joke's on me. So, on that note, I might just get Nicole and Dylan on the phone and ask them the question before you know, a question before she dies, if she does. I mean, just anyways, you know, hypothetically, if she died, what would you guys have done? And maybe Dylan will come online here. I'm telling you, folks, I could bet money on that. I bet that's gonna be it. And I'm anxious to do it. I'm anxious to find out because it might mean that I mean, I've already taken the hit. I've already cried like the worst of my life. So. So let's find out if this timeline's over and just either die or move on.
since March.
It's bad enough that Kathy's basically would choose my kid for her grandkids to be with them than me. So you understand. You understand where I'm coming from. The landslide's current. I mean, you can see it. Kathy doesn't think I'm fit to raise my kids. I tell you, man, it just keeps getting worse. So here I was immortal till the very end. And that's the journey of God. That's the journey of somebody that's gone to hell. Heaven's the best. I hope there's not a fire coming where I got to stick around in a fire. Hopefully that's not the end doesn't keep just finds its way deeper, you know. Yeah, man. It's not like this. It just maybe not a death, but just continual. We'll find. Or I like to know the life. I like to know the life I led that led to that, to me going to hell. In my other life or something, it's reincarnation, right? Jesus. You know, you heard, and then Kathy's email, get her email up here. When I bitched and moaned, you say you love your kids. Love sometimes means letting them go. This is if Maria died. She'd rather have the kids be with them than with their father. So if that's not a dagger, and that's what I went through. That's why I wouldn't lay down. I figured I was just I'm dead. So I said, I'm not in the mood to do, any of this, any pot. And then it occurred to me, maybe I need to pick me up. And maybe maybe I'm supposed to get high. Maybe this is why you're supposed to get high, because you get tired of living in hell. And so that's hell down there. See, that's got to be hell. I mean, you witnessed it. That was the conversation. Gotta let them have their choice. It's like she already knows the answer. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that's why Mispa moved in. I'll see if I got it recorded here. Mispa had moved in for the last 2 months. I guess Maria knew she was dying or something, and started getting some. She had a Jackie built on, so she lives there with Mispa, and then. I mean, is that how the story goes? Is that this is all? It's all preparation for the kids to be happier there than with me. Well, like I say, I've already cried over it, so it won't hit me as hard when that occurs, but I can't wait for it to occur. Let's just say. Isn't that a strange sentence? I cannot wait for that kind of dagger in the back to occur, because I'm not sure it can get worse. But I think everybody's waiting for something to occur, and it probably needs to be that event, the worst possible thing. Everybody's wondering, everybody's wondering, God, how much worse can it get? I know everybody's wondering, why is this happening? Why is this happening to this guy? Why can't we get him laid? Why can't we find him love? What the fuck is going on? I see it in their eyes. I know they're reaching out to me. They can't say it. They can't help me. I know that some of you out there feel my pain, but and you're all hoping it doesn't end either. I don't think I'm killing myself. At least I don't think so. And maybe then, if you do, that's when you go to hell or something. If you commit suicide. And then that was the one, the fire. That's all the fire. So you're going to hell in reality, and then you go into hell in supernatural land because I committed suicide. Yeah. So I don't think it could get much worse, but I could be in for a surprise. One thing that was told me, I'm sorry, what was I saying? I have to stop recording here. And then that was the one, the fire. That's all the fire. So you're going to hell in reality, and then you go into hell in supernatural land because I committed suicide. Yeah. I mean, that would be it. What's the story? I think I could take the kids thing, but what am I gonna? What would I commit suicide on? I guess getting locked up in an institution? I don't even know if I'd do that. I don't think I would. And I'm just imagining the possibilities here. It doesn't, either that or it's the drug deal story that went bad. By the way, there's a drug deal story that he thinks that this was like I bought a small amount of pot, and he thinks that I owe him, so I paid him, but he thinks he owes me more, like freaking, like, he was like, trying to do, what's it called, blackmail, says, give me $40, and then give me some money, and then our problems are going to go away. It was so anyways, he thinks this is like the court system. They imagine that I've done something wrong to them. Eric thinks that I've done something wrong to him, and so now, is there a drug deal story? Is this where I get shot, and maybe you still go to hell if you, yeah. I guess you still wouldn't. I guess you just gotta die. You don't gotta commit suicide. Just die. So the other possibility is Eric gets me or one of his buddies. I personally hope it gets better. I hope it's the bright side, the heaven side. Wow, what a shit story. Yep. Yes. We saw what Kathy was saying. So I want to respond to Kathy. Kathy, I'm glad you could never be with Alethea. How does that feel? I'm glad you could never. Just gotta stop, right? Or get my word missing. She's glad I can't get a job because then I'd be able to get my kids back. She doesn't want the kids. Give you the lowdown on this. She doesn't want me to get a job because then kids would lose Social Security. Because I would then, because the way we did a divorce settlement is basically I didn't have to pay child support. And that was my only way of getting the kids back, is if I got employment again. By the way, I wasn't going to ever let them starve, but I was going to do what I could to get my kids back. Kathy has been against me getting a job. This for many years, especially when she heard that plot, that I was going to try to get my kids back. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want my kids with me. She doesn't want her grandkids with me. Even the possibility, I say, oh well, I'll bring Maria up too. I'll try to bring Maria up. Oh, we don't want that. It's my sister Ramona's happy that I got divorced. That she's almost like pro. Like yeah. I'm glad that you don't have you're not married, and I'm glad you don't have your kids. And it's. And then I had the thought that Oh, shoot. Bear with me a second, folks. The thought occurred that, alright, so, see if I can keep my composure. Thought did occur that this would be a good piece to put on the internet. And it gets out there. The kids see it, and they change their mind, and they choose me. And I've already experienced the hell enough. You heard it. My mother doesn't want. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't know what can get worse. And she's like, "How dare I get angry at this?" She says, "I owe her an apology." I Skyped her after she hung up on me. When I bitched her out, she hung up. Oh. She says, I say, "You're a fucking dipshit." She says, "I will be going to seafood alone tomorrow. Do not call, text me, email, or Skype me until you have an apology." I mean, that's the ultimate irony. She has just no idea how fucking insulting that is. Nobody does. And you're all out there watching. I know some of you are like, "I can't believe it either." Like I say, I see it in your eyes. And you keep thinking, when's it going to end? And it doesn't. It doesn't seem to ever end. But maybe the very thought of it, gets posted on the internet, and they have that option, and then they choose me. And that's when heaven starts. Because it would start good. See, I should almost give her a call and ask her what the hell. See if while I'm high, maybe she won't be such an asshole. You see, I mean, she is at home. I could call her. I mean, this is conceivable. I'm thinking about doing it. will people be good to me when I'm high? Is that... Because the message I gave her is, you're effing dipshit. And I ain't high right now. Just right. I wasn't... I got high because I felt like crap. I mean, it wasn't suicidal, but I mean, it's like... I mean... What's even the bigger dagger from Kathy is that she doesn't understand what an asshole she is. So I sent the message, Kathy, I'm glad you could never be with Alethea. I'm telling you, I'm hypothetically contemplating this could be it for me. I don't think it's suicide. I think that if I'm going to die, it's going to be from this, quote, the guy's an idiot. The guy's made up, just like the court system, they make up the fact that they think that they've been offended or have wronged them, and then they go off the deep end. And this guy did the same thing. Nice guy, they turned into a freaking, got off his hinges. So is that the ultimate irony here? Am I going to die? So I need to have the kids make the decision. And maybe we'll do that tonight. I mean, it's a double dagger. It's right in the chest, and yet it's too stupid to understand that that's fucking offensive. To choose that over she doesn't want me to be with my kids. It says right here in an email, anyways, this is a moot point about the kids choosing. Dylan said 2 years ago when the topic was brought up, I guess the topic was brought up, if Maria had died, that he wouldn't want to be away from his kids. I didn't even see this just till now. It's already been asked. Ask them if they have empathy to her. Just maybe she needs them to help. Just maybe she needs them to help her with the help of other loving people in the Bahamas. Anyways, this is a moot point. Dylan said 2 years ago when the topic was brought up that he wouldn't want to be away from his friends. Maybe that has changed, but you have to ask them. I have to find out if that's the topic. What was that? What was it 2 years? What was said? If Maria had died, and then she says, I'm not, you don't have to apologize anymore. She had stated that, and then she says, I'm over being pissed. I mean, I think she's starting to realize just how offensive that is. Says, Chris, you are a hypocrite. You can. This is earlier on. I'm reversing the order. This is the first message she sent. You're responsible for not getting a job. I complain that she doesn't want me to get a job. She doesn't want me to have my kids. If I get the job, I get my kids. She doesn't want me to have my kids. It's not about not wanting to get a job. It's about not wanting to get the kids. Do research your... So she's going into the reason why I don't have a job, because of all the websites. Of course, she doesn't want to mention that it's illegal for people to discriminate against my disability, which appears to be my mouth. You say you love your kids. Well, sometimes means letting them go. You are a hypocrite. You can't call me fast enough when you're in trouble. You can't call me. Then I call you ugly. Then you can't call me ugly names fast enough for one little disagreement. She calls it a little disagreement. You're welcome out here for Ernie, of course, but stay away from me until you can talk sense and quit blaming me that you don't have a job. Get rid of your website, grow up and go after a job, and quit blaming me. And quit blaming the CIA and FBI. I do want communication about the trial. We have an investment, and that's so we will continue working towards your dismissal. An apology isn't necessary anymore. Hearing you take responsibility for your own actions would be a breath of fresh air. So the kids made that decision. We need to find out what that decision is, what that was. This is the hypothetical. It's not about choosing me or her. The hypothetical needs to be, if Maria died, what would the kids do? And if that's correct about the 2 years, I did not know about that. So I've lived in my hell. So I was right. I predicted the future. I was right. We need to find out for sure if that was the bet, if that was the deal. The mother died, kids would choose to stay there versus me. And you notice that Kathy's like, the second email, the third email is I'm over being pissed. I think she's trying to comprehend that maybe she's being offensive. So the second email is, it might help you look professional if you don't use old emails to write new subjects. Oh, she's talking about the job thing. So now we're worried about being professional so I get a job. Oh, shit. I'm supposed to look professional, and the emails I sent to my mom were not fucking cussing her out. She wants to stand up and say, hey, I told you you weren't professional. No wonder why you can't get a job. God damn. tell you, I have no clue how my genes got from that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stupidity is just unreal, man. Ask Nicole and Dylan if I am what you say here. Ask them if you have empathy towards their mother. Just maybe she needs them to help her with the help of other loving people in the Bahamas. Anyways, this is a moot point. Dylan said 2 years ago when the topic was brought up that he wouldn't want to be away from his friends. Maybe he has changed, but you do not have to ask them. So, I guess the next thing is we got to get him on the phone. Find out. Yeah, I just, you got to wonder. I mean, what if it does get better? What? I had to learn all this in order to understand that everybody's a loser, and I should have no problem initiating hell on this planet if I get the choice. I should have no problem executing punishment or some kind of weird ass godly powers or something, and have. I mean, it's just. What is the point of this process? Fuck, I get the feeling I'm the devil, man. I do not like this. If this is where it goes. I hope it gets better. I need to learn. I need to not. So here I'm initiating hell, and I'm saying I'm going to torture that person. Yeah, well, you're a divorcee. I went through something like that. You're tortured. The guy's tortured. Everybody gets tortured, in burning flames or whatever. And then it's my kids are on the pedestal. Sorry, folks, you got to go too. You know, well, somebody's going to have to make me. Something is going to have to snap in my mind in order to actually commence that. Because right now, I know I'm a really nice guy. And I guess I'm very forgiving. I guess Jesus is going to be forgiving. I forgive you of your sins because you're all just a fucking bunch of losers. And that's what I'm going to have to do because I mean I can't torture him. I don't do that. I wouldn't do it unless something goes wrong in my mind. And I don't think that really hasn't ever happened in my life. So I've had a stable mind my whole life. And you all out there probably thinking too much weed's gonna snap them or something, turn me into a effed up person like Eric. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of pot smokers out there, and they haven't lost their minds. So this pot's not going to do anything. Well, a lot of pot smokers out there. They're not losing their mind. Eric was just, I hope Eric was just I have to meet more potheads and see what they're like. It seems like they're losing they get real stupid, but there's got to be some smart ones out there. In fact, that's the third call. I want to call up, somebody and ask her. I don't think I'm going to put this on camera. I'm going to.
There was a purpose in Alicia's life, and there was a purpose in Alicia's death. And you don't know this story, and I have no intention of telling it. And the way I feel about it all is absolute love.
All right. Okay.
But I'm going back to the other letter. I want to. That's why I got into this. All of a sudden, I was going back to the letters that I'm over being kissed. Nope, that's not the one. The one about the kids. That's why I hate this trial judge. I cannot find the letters between that and that, you know, to make sure I heard yours. You're cruel.
What's that? I might help you look professional if you don't use emails. What?
Yeah, I hope to hell when you actually write to a job place that you're not using an email that says, hey, listen to this part, Joe.
No. When I apply to IBM, I do use the Microsoft header. Yes.
Oh, good, wonderful. Okay, let's see. Just make sure I don't have my notes. That's not it. Okay, you are responsible, blah, blah, blah. You are a hypocrite, blah, blah, blah. You are welcome, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is where I'm still pissed, but I must talk about the kids in a different letter that you have not responded to. Learn to start a new topic. All right. Yeah, you did not you didn't respond to that. And that was where I said it might help you look professional, and then ask Nicole and Dylan if I am what you say here. You know, cold and cruel and all that. They would disagree with you. Ask them if you have empathy towards their mother. See, this is where I think you could understand. I thought she was still living, right? And just maybe she needs them to help her with the help of other loving people in the Bahamas. Right? So was that what changed, where I said Dylan said 2 years ago, when the topic was brought up that he wouldn't want to be away from his friends, so that made you feel better?
Why would that make me feel good?
No, but that made you at least understand that I didn't mean that they would choose.
Kathy, I will make much more sense if I talk on this blog than if you were, okay? But
you what? Well, that's why, and let's not overdo this, you know? You want to talk and talk and talk,
well,
but I can't provide from my
I'm
point.
blogging too. I'm posting this on YouTube. I don't want to rehash. I'm trying to make this entertaining without cutting it up, okay? So I hate to divulge you. I hate to cut you off, but I'm going to have to. And that what happened is I was predicting that the kids would rather stay in the Bahamas. And then I read this. Let me goddamn talk. Let me talk. Don't say a word. I then saw your email, which confirmed it. It said they'd rather be with their friends in the Bahamas. That's under the impression that if Maria died. Now, with that, I was thinking that my life has sunk to the low. You cut me off. You cut me off. I have to hang up. I'm sorry. I got to go.
Hi.
Anyways, so it looks like, boy, she likes to talk when you're talking, even despite the fact that you're saying, this don't cut me off, don't cut me off. 5 seconds later, she'll cut you off. But, so, so the answer was given. that I would get my kids under that scenario, that my kids would want to be with me. And I'm hoping that that's the end of this shit life. And we can move on to something better. In other words, I would get my kids. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. I experienced it, and that's all I did. I didn't actually need to literally, really experience it. I guess. So maybe this is where heaven starts? I don't know. Is this the day heaven starts? I don't know. Find that out? I don't know. But definitely this should get... I'm not sure how much I'm going to cut out and paste and post this, but there is an upload link right here on YouTube, so I could just shove it up there and... Yikes. I gotta pee. Well, I'll be back. So you can see that was sort of a real life. When I'm high, the visions spin off like different shows. Like here's the version of this show. Here's a different timeline. This happened in reality, which was this redirect of this misunderstanding. And let's view a different part of the show. Turns out Kathy's version was different than mine. It was a misunderstanding, but it launched me off into this path. And by the way, this didn't start off when I was high. It started off when I got high because of what she had said. I thought she incredibly insulted me. And so but it's almost it's almost showing you what I'm seeing when I'm in that sort of a cool state of actually seeing different timelines play out. Of course, this one wasn't good because I was crying, but a lot of times it's very entertaining. It's incredibly entertaining. It's the most fascinating thing I have. See, I'm down now, but it's hard to explain exactly how cool it is unless I'm actually there. And I'll show some of the clips. I've had some past clips about that. So, I think we'll cut off here for a second. So anyways, I'm looking forward to the fact that it has gotten to the worst that it could possibly have been. Didn't actually happen, but I thought it did. I was very convinced that it was. Anyways, so I'm hoping that's the bottom that it reaches. So now it would be time for Colbert Report to announce me on his show or something, or I think he's going to sponsor me with the Colbert Bump for his Super PAC. That'd be cool. That would be cool. I'm truly glad that, seriously God, it had to get that worse. That I would think that my kids would not want to be with me. Like I said, I'm telling you, my mother, wow. I don't know, Kathy still, the way she does it, it's like she didn't want me to get a job because I was going to try to get my kids and the mother, Maria, back together and with me, right? But there's always this resistance. Especially from my sister-in-law. Oh, no, she won't ever go. Instead of, oh, hey, that's a good thought. I'll talk to her, I'll see what she says. You know, it's just, there's just ways of saying things that aren't repulsive as hell. And Kathy kind of does the same thing too. She says the same, similar. Well, Marie's not going to want to come up here, so why even bother even mentioning this subject? You know, the way she does it, you know, it sounds as though she'd rather have the kids down there, away from me. And in some sense, this was my take on it. And then this latest thing with today, you know, earlier, confusion got resolved. And I'm hoping that's the beginning, that gives me an indication that is the time. Like, good, so it can come up, you know. Well, you know how it works. There's all these charts, and they got squiggles, and they go up and down, and there's a little bit up and down. It's like this, kind of like the price of gold chart, you know. You got this and this up, down. So it's kind of like your life, my life. But it seems that was pretty low, and then is it glimmering up, and it might just tick up and then go lower some more. So we'll find out over the next few days here, but I'm hoping that, I'm hoping for it to continually go up. Because it was a good start. The fact that my kids would want me. That was a good start. That hypothetical, you see the different timelines I was talking about. It could be this, and it turns out it was this. So it's interesting. And this is what goes on when I'm high. All these different tangents of what could be, and so I talk about it, and then we found out what actually happened. Now, I'm not saying for sure that we've actually hit the up curve. All I know is it's a good thing that my kids like me. Okay? And so hopefully it keeps going up and not any more down. Because that's a big tick up. Big tick up. I don't want to see more ticks down, you know. So I'm going to try to post this here. Figure out what I got to piece together and make this thing work. Alright.